area.
No. We'd all go out to somebody's house together.
Oh, okay.
There.
So kind of like the setup that you do with us, like for Anime Bonsai and all that.
Yeah. In fact, actually, when I was getting my setup ready, I was asking him about the stuff I needed. He helped me.
Okay.
He's the one that kind of helped me get set up for the cheap. I mean, the setup I have is probably $300.
Yeah.
And that's considering maybe like stuff that wasn't on sale.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna get like a full-on professional setup like that, you're looking at maybe like thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
I would not be surprised if that's how much he spent.
I would not be surprised if his setup was around $2,500. But considering that like that's what he does, it's for him. It's not like a big thing, right? Anyway, so that's the podcast I had been part of, and my experience with podcasts up until that point, really. Anyways, keep going, Adam. You were saying.
I'm just trying to remember which save room I'm close to.
Oh, okay. But yeah.
The other thing too, I'm looking around for blue herbs.
Which, to be fair, like the podcast that when we started, we were doing it at the radio station.
We were. Like, and here's the thing too, like, so when I designed that podcast, it was under scrutiny. It was actually being watched because I was in a radio production class and I was trying to learn how to do this because this is the funniest part. Like in that class, I was one of maybe one other that wanted to do podcasts, not radio. Yeah. And so I was put under like heavy scrutiny. So make sure it sounded professional.
That's the funny thing. So you and I were like under like scrutiny in our respective emphasis on our major. Because I think essentially we both majored in the same thing, right? Mass communications. Different emphasis.
Yeah, different emphasis. Because mine was radio production. I don't know what yours was.
It was print journalism.
There you go.
And so I think it's funny because you and I both had the same problem. Was like in all of our classes or most of our classes, 98% of the class wants to do sports.
Because that's the problem that we had. Like when I did beginning radio production, 80% of my class was doing sports.
Yeah.
Then there was like 2 or 3 that wanted to do music, or that we had one who wanted to do like a Dear Abby show. And she wasn't really focusing on it. I have no problem admitting that. And then the other one wanted to do podcasting like I did, but he was wanting to do sports podcasting.
Yeah, and seeing like, and I remember in my classes it was like everybody wanted to do like sports journalism. A couple guys wanted to do like serious, political journalism, and like there I was going like I want to make reviews for video games, which. That's what you want to do. That's fine, but it just feels very childish when you're like in a class of people that are like, I want to cover the turmoil in Southern America. I'm just like, hey, did you guys hear about that game that got delayed?
I'm more interested in the controversy, about video games, not what you guys want to cover. I don't know what you guys are covering it for.
Exactly. So I think it's funny because we both had like a very similar experience with like our classes.
Which is funny because so I'm doing now 3 podcasts, and I've talked. So I got Why We Geek, I've got Geek News, and then there's one other that people think I'm keeping as a secret project. That's not the case. We actually are doing it, and it's just not going to make YouTube. And funniest thing enough is that one of the guys who wanted to do like serious sports radio, I'm doing the podcast with him. Yeah. So at that point, like him and me used to go on. It's like I would go on first and then he would go on. Yeah. And so we would actually be able to talk, and eventually it was like, dude, we need to find something to do together, like sports oriented.
Yeah.
And so occasionally he would bring me on like controversial sports political subjects.
Yeah.
And then eventually we worked out this podcast, which is I have no problem admitting it because it's already going on. It's a pro wrestling podcast.
Yeah.
And we have fun talking about like the events of the week with pro wrestling. But anyway, so that's the funniest part is I walked into a class that was nothing but sports people. Yeah. Everybody wanted to have jobs at ESPN and
and see that's the problem that we had like working for the newspaper was ironically enough, having all these people that want to do like sports journalism is very hard finding like a sports writer.
Yeah.
Because we'd be like, hey, we need a sports writer. And people would be like, oh, I'm down. I'm ready to talk about Kobe. I'm ready to talk about Tebow. We're like, no, we need you to cover like the school games.
Yeah, because that was the problem. Like if you had a sports writer or a sports radio, you needed to do work for the school. Yeah. They like that was a requirement.
Yeah, and they were very like, oh, I thought I was going to get to talk about Kobe. No, dog. This ain't the big leagues yet. You got to start at the bottom. Yeah.
I don't know about you, but like when we got told about all the school stuff we had to do, I actually made my teacher scratch his head because the stuff that I wanted to cover, there was no radio spot for it. And so he was like, do an extra credit as essay for me on like your favorite podcast and why you want to emulate that. And that's what I did.
Yeah.
And then occasionally he brought me in to like advertise when the Utah Film Council came in, I came in for a radio spot for that.
Yeah, see, it was, and I remember because I wanted to do like, ooh, whoa,
oh, hi,
the Battletoad.
Say hello to my little friend.
There you go, buddy. Stay down.
Did I not hit him?
You did. You did.
Okay, really quick. I'm going to go ahead and use it, and I've neutralized the poison in my body, so we don't have to worry about that now.
Oh yeah, but my editor at the newspaper, I told him I wanted to do reviews, and he was like, "Great." He's like, "Oh, we can't do movie reviews because we already had somebody," which at the time was Romney, and I didn't know Romney at the time, and I was like, "Dang, yeah, but someday you'll quit and graduate." And someday you'll
Romney, I hope you're hearing this.
I was like, you'll quit and graduate, and I'll take your spot. Lo and behold, we both like quit at the same time.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, because you guys graduated around the same time.
Oh, I didn't graduate.
Oh, okay.
I finished. I was done.
Oh, so you're like me.
Yeah.
I got like 1 or 2 classes away from actual graduation, but the problem was that they were. I mean, I'm paying $400 a class, and I was literally getting to classes that were not related to anything I was doing.
See, and most of the stuff that I had to finish was like generals, and
yeah.
The problem was I think I needed like one of the 2000s something math for my mate, which I think is kind of ridiculous, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I had already like tested in low for like math in the first place, and by the time I was gonna tackle my math class, I was already, my score had already like expired.
Yeah.
So I would have had to like take like a 990 class, and I was like, I don't really want to attend like 4 semesters of math.
No.
I'm done.
See, for mine it was because you can probably kind of attest to this, and we're going into boring college talk. I'll dig out a question in a second, guys. But this is interesting to us. Damn it. My problem was that since again we were in the media center, and they basically like chalked everybody together.
Yeah.
And so therefore you had to take classes that were involving everything.
Yes.
And for some reason that involved like art history and that kind of stuff. Oh, whoa. Wow, hi.
Hey.
Okay, so we have a regular zombie and we have a Crimson Head. Awesome. Well, here's my door. So so I got to like the last 2 classes, and unfortunately those 2 classes are just not relevant to what I'm doing. And since, well, you could kind of attest to this, you are, whether you're paying it now or you're paying it later, you're paying your tuition. Yeah. And I didn't want to pay for stuff that I wasn't learning anything in.
See, and part of the problem for me was so one of the classes I needed to take, so one of the communications classes was like video. It was like video production, I think.
There we go. There's no further use for this key.
Sure.
So yay.
It was video production, but they only had 2 time slots for it, and they were both when I worked, because they were like at 2 in the day, like 2 in the.
Here's the room.
Oh.
Okay. So whoa, hi. That's right.
Oh,
this thing activates on its own.
I remember now.
Okay. So.
Oh, that's right, because we need to get it all the way across.
Into that indentation, and we were trying to figure out like how do you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have herbs? No, we don't.
We should be fine. Though. We're not poisoned.
Yeah, so this is not going to whittle away at our health, but there's a switch here. Press it.
Oh yeah, so it was that class like two in the day, and I was like, "There's no way I can." At my job at the time, there's no way I was going to be able to like take an hour and a half slot out of my work day to be able to go to that class. And at some point you're just like, well, okay. On top of the 4 semesters of math I don't want to take, there's like the one class I do want or / need to take, and it's like, well, whatever. Oh well. this sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I wouldn't mind going back to school and finishing up, but at this point, I think Adam and I, and even, Romney has his degree, but I think, Adam and I are more happy than anything that our majors or our career choices essentially are more portfolio based than they are.
There we go.
Than they are degree based.
Well, that's the problem. Is like I was even being told by the head of the radio station, is like, are you really wanting to go for a degree, because really experience is what you want.
Yeah, and like the other thing is like,
there's a hole here we can't see very far down. Should we go down?
Yeah.
The smart person in me is saying hell no.
And
but
then the smart person apparently
then you don't progress into the game. Yeah. And there's our other book.
Yay!
So this will give us the Eagle Medal. And what is this?
Oh.
I can't get out. I've tried every possible way to to escape, but only to be faced with the reality that I'm trapped. I've been everywhere. The laboratory with the large glass tubes filled with formaldehyde, and those dark, wet, eerie caves. What can I do? At first, I didn't want to believe my eyes, but that familiar high-heeled shoe in the corner, it was like a reflex. One name came to my mind, Jessica. I don't want to believe they share the same fate as me. No, I can't give up hope. I have to hope they're alive. Oh, this is George Trevor's diary. So, Lisa Trevor's father.
Oh, okay.
Because he was a researcher that, what was the story? He actually was here before.
George Trevor.
Yes, press it, and this actually opens up the lair of Lisa.
Oh.
We should probably go get some herbs.
I don't think we can. We can't go up the hole.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We have to find another way out. We're going down to face Lisa Trevor, people. This is happening.
Yeah, and even myself, I would talk to my teacher.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hell no. No. Kill it.
Hi!
Oh god, that's terrifying and disgusting.
I blew up its butt. It's okay.
Oh.
I blew up its butt.
Oh, no thanks. I hate spiders. I heard something squishy.
Yes.
Is it the spider? Oh, yeah, it is.
Oh, that's right. His body is like acidic, so
Are you poisoned now?
No. Oh, okay. Yes, I am.
Oh.
The problem is that he shoots out acid spit.
We gotta find like a room, like a safe room or something at some point.
Okay, and then we get shotgun shells. Yay!
Hooray! It's almost like we're gonna need them.
Oh, and there's a map down here. We'll need that.
What? There's a map?
There's a map of Mansion B1. Take that. And yay. You got the map of Mansion B1. Good to know. Thanks. We appreciate that. Yeah, he twitches. That's what you were hearing.
Well, no thanks. Yeah, so even myself, actually my teacher, one of my favorite teachers that I've had in my entire career as a student.
Oh, good. Okay.
You know Nick, right?
Yeah, Nick.
Yeah, him.
Him and me had a strange relationship, but yes, I'm aware of him.
Yeah, he's actually been one of my favorite teachers, but even he was one of the people telling me, hey, don't worry about getting a degree. You have a strong portfolio, you can make it. Great, that's all I need. I'm dropping out. Goodbye. It's like somebody telling you, like, hey, a license is just a suggestion. Sweet, I'm gonna drive this car. Goodbye.
Yeah, exactly. That Nick actually kind of had that same talk with me, and he's like, I know what you want to do, but unfortunately, like, there's nothing a degree can help you with in this regard. Power supply out from the elevator. The main fuse is blown out. Switch over?
Yes.
Gee, when I'm standing in a bunch of water, I almost don't want to do that.
Okay. Well, you're smarter than me because I would have just pressed yes.
When was the last time we saved?
Not too long ago.
Power supply appears to be functioning again. Okay, so we're good. Yay, it didn't kill us. That hard. Okay. But yeah, that's the problem is, like, I'm going into a degree that and on top of that, I even admitted to Nick, like, if you had to nail me down to a specific profession, like, I want to learn to do radio, but at the same time I want to do voiceover because I was doing
Yeah.
voiceover on the side.
And there's really no degree you can get for voiceover. That's like 90%.
The degree for voiceover you can get is an acting degree.
Yeah.
But why would you go to Slick to get an acting degree?
I mean, because it's cheap. And it actually, like...
Yeah, but then again, eventually the acting teachers were basically saying, you need to go to the U. You need to go to the BYU.
Here's also my opinion on, like, acting degrees. Don't.
No.
Like... Because at the most, like, listen,
if you're gonna do like devoted Broadway and stuff like that, where they actually do keep track, then yeah, maybe they're needed. Ow! Samurai strike.
Oh, great.
Well, I was wondering if I was gonna die at the power supply anyway, so there you go. That's okay. We'll make our way back.
Making our way downtown, walking fast,
and we're homebound.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do like a degree for acting, don't waste your time or money. Just go audition for stuff.
Well, basically,
just do that.
Yeah, I mean, an acting degree is basically just giving or hoping to give you guaranteed work that you could put on your resume.
Yeah,
but at that point, I'm much more aggressive than that, and so I wanted to be working.
Yeah, yeah.
I love the fact that like 80% of this is college, and so everybody's gonna scream at us.
You know what kills me though is I have a bunch of friends that do have their degrees, and like none of them are doing the thing they got a degree in, and it's like,
no,
cool. Thanks for the inspiration, buds. How did we get there?
Okay, so I know where we went from here. I just want to make sure that we have everything that we needed. Okay, let's go back there.
So I mean, let's go to a question, I guess.
Really quick, here's what we're gonna do. You know what? Never mind, because we have tons of questions here. I was about to magic cut and just and cover the ground.
I mean, we can magic cut.
Okay, so we're back. We finally made our way through the basement area. We unlocked the door. We took care of the evil hunter that killed us before. We're calling him Jerry. Jerry's dead now. Sorry, Jerry.
You could say he was Jerry Mandarin.
You could indeed say that.
I don't know what that means.
So let's go ahead and get into the next question here. And we've actually been getting this a lot since the beginning of 2017. We'll get into the Switch question next, but I want to get into this. Since the Switch is coming out, we already know that. We know a few of the games that are coming out in the starting year. People are already asking about other systems. So, like, what games, Aldo, are you hoping to see announcements for, if at least announcements for, or actual gameplay at, like, the various conventions that are going to be happening this year? So CES, TGS, E3, all that stuff. What are you hoping to hear about?
Just, like, in general?
Yeah, they basically in general, like, one of them wanted it connected to the Switch, but we technically know the launch lineup for the Switch right now.
I mean, so one of the things I want to hear about, because I haven't heard anything on it since, and it kind of worries me, is Cuphead.
Yeah, me too. I've been really excited for that game, and
really excited, and the fact that I haven't heard anything kind of has me worried, and the fact that they just canceled Scalebound not too long ago also has me worried that like
Cuphead was Xbox only, wasn't it?
Yeah,
like it's getting a PC release, but it's as far as consoles, it is Microsoft only.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could call it Microsoft exclusive. But yeah, that's one I'm really excited for. I'm really stoked for it because of my computer. That's one of the things. Honestly, assuming, and this is me kind of speaking right now, but like assuming that Horizon Zero Dawn is as amazing as it kind of looks like it's gonna be, I would love to hear like some sort of announcement that a sequel is in the works.
See, this is going to be amazing for me because Horizon is literally coming out in 48 hours. This is my first ever Guerrilla Games that I played.
Mind you, I don't know how it ends. I don't know if it's actually good. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know if it opens up for a sequel.
I mean, all I know is like the gameplay I've seen looks great. I mean, I hope it is. I hope it's 40 hours of like great adventure fun. But I mean, for all we know, it could be like a steaming pile of crap, and hooray!
Exactly, or it could only lend itself to one game, you know, like.
So,
didn't Heavenly Sword do that too, where it only lent itself to one game, and then?
No, I just don't think it sold well.
No, because I don't know if I don't even know if sequel plans were in the works for it though.
I think like most companies nowadays, they probably were preparing for a sequel, but I don't think they hedged their bets that much, and I think it kind of worked out because it didn't sell. I mean, in the public eye, it was a Kratos clone, And so like people were kind of like,
It really kind of was.
and it plays like it too. It just, so I mean, I would love to hear something as far as that goes. Honestly, I would love to hear something about Smash Brothers.
Like the Switch version.
Either a Switch version or like an announcement that they're working on one.
Okay.
I mean, I know Sakurai just wants to take a break, but damn it, Sakurai, I need like.
Damn it, Sakurai! You are on our dime.
I needed.
You don't understand what I need. What about my needs, Sakurai?
I don't care that you almost died, Sakurai.
Go talk to Miyamoto about that. Miyamoto's been doing this for years.
Yeah. So I mean, I would love to hear like either.
Somebody's gonna send us a comment like, "You insensitive pricks."
So I would love like an announcement that we're working on a Switch port, or even something like,
Yeah.
hey, you're not gonna get a Switch port, so don't hold your breath. But hey, we're probably working on one. That's really all I need.
I have a feeling there's one being in the works, whether or not Sakurai's involved just yet.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't necessarily need to be involved right away.
No. What's the other thing? Mass Effect comes out soon, assuming it lends itself to like another trilogy, I guess.
Yeah.
Or a new franchise. I would love to hear something about more games coming out for that. It looks good, but I don't know. People didn't like the third one, so.
See, I'm actually waiting until, and I've even said to people who want me to review it, I am not going to do it right away, and the only reason I'm not is because.
Did we get the two? Do we have the 2 medals on us?
We do, but we need a third.
No, because I was gonna say I think we can go downstairs.
I tried the metal object, and it didn't work.
Not the metal objects. The wolf and eagle medal.
Oh yeah, let's try that. Actually, that's a good idea. So let's go back up to the save room and get those.
Yeah.
And we'll try it out. I'll admit one game that I'm excited for, but if for no other reason than my wife doesn't have to constantly pelt me with it anymore, is Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yes.
I get asked questions from family all the time about, have you heard anything Kingdom Hearts? I'm excited, but here's what I try to tell people. First of all, I don't know why GameStop put it as a 2017 release. I don't know why. Because there's no way it's happening. Even Nomura-san has admitted that. It's not happening.
I don't think they've said that.
GameStop put a 12/31/17 thing on it.
Well, that's because they've said. I mean, Square Enix has said that it's a.
No, he came out in an interview later on and said, no, they are nowhere near done.
I'm going to need to look this up.
Yeah, there's an IGN article. I don't know about another organization, but they've said here. He said that they're both 7 Remake and Kingdom Hearts 3 are way too far off.
I think 7 Remake. If you're waiting for that in 2017, you're way too optimistic.
No.
However, that is one. 7 Remake is something I would like to see a full trailer or at least a full section or something.
Which I think is more likely than Kingdom Hearts, honestly.
No, because Kingdom Hearts is supposed to come out first.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, I thought that they had moved his efforts to 7
Well,
Remake.
I mean, he's done working on Kingdom Hearts. Right now, it's just like polishing and like doing all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's I think he finished his section of the work essentially.
That's where I get a little confused because there was a dev memo that came out that basically said all the worlds would be up. They're not up and running now. They would be up and running by August, and be testable for their internal testing.
No, from what I had heard, they're pretty much done with a lot of the stuff. I think at this point it's just a lot of the. It's just the stuff that doesn't need a director, right? Like this is just like gameplay mechanics and tuning and stuff like that right at this point. Like they have all the layouts, all the maps, all the worlds. They have all that stuff.
So you think they're basically at this point where it's like the only way they would need him is if he said this sucks, do it again.
Yeah. Or essentially if Disney was like, "Hey, we lied. You actually can't use this world." And then he would come back on and be like, "Well."
See, that's the one thing that I want to see happen because at the very least I think at E3, you're going to get world announcements. We'll finally have some of the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 3 that we can get into.
They've already mentioned a few.
Nope. Octagonal indentations to the right and left.
Try it.
Oh, you want me to manually try it? Not necessary to use right now. Maybe the stone and metal object and the metal object?
Never.
Let's try that.
Let's try it.
They're octagonal, so we could do that. So yeah, I want to have that. I want to have world announcements, and if I'm going to actually say like what worlds I want, This is selfish and it's not going to happen, but I want a Final Fantasy world in there. I want at least one.
I mean, it's probably gonna happen. I mean, oh, you mean like an actual world?
Yes, we actually go to Midgar kind of thing. Which, that's disappointing to me, because I do want to have, like, an emphasis on Final Fantasy.
First of all, no to Midgar, because, no.
I'm just using that as an example. I don't want Midgar.
I'm just saying that to anger all the Final Fantasy VII fanboys.